time I've experienced anybody like this, the worst interpreter ever.
This couple is speaking out tonight, accusing a Centennial company of sending unqualified sign language interpreters to critical medical appointments. Only on 7 News, Jaclyn Allen is discovering the problem of uncertified interpreters may be more widespread.
And I was just starting to simmer inside.
When you depend on sign language interpreters,
I realized she was not qualified at all
to be your voice,
This has been going on for a very long time.
what happens when they say something you didn't?
It could be a life or death matter.
7 News has uncovered a potentially dangerous trend: uncertified sign language interpreters sent to critical situations and falling woefully short.
And I had to do something.
We both always wanted children.
If any couple is used to overcoming obstacles,
Having a family, it's been at the top of the priority list.
it's Nikki and Chris Runge.
I was deaf since birth growing up.
For 5 years, they've been trying to get pregnant. Last year, deciding to go through fertility treatments. The doctor's office brought in a supposed sign language interpreter for Nikki, and that's when the real obstacles began.
First time I've experienced anybody like this, the worst interpreter ever.
They soon realized the interpreter wasn't saying what Nikki was, because Chris isn't deaf.
So finally, Chris had to get in and correct what she said.
I had to step in 2 or 3 times. And this is an emotional process for me too. And I'm trying to be involved, and it's very hard to at the same time be the interpreter.
The problems escalated, they say, until finally during a group therapy session, the interpreter simply stopped talking and left.
Unfortunately, I had a bad experience as well.
They weren't the only ones struggling to be heard.
And I started getting knots in my stomach.
Avi Hamowitz, who's also deaf, was in a critical meeting with Jefferson County Human Services when she realized the hired interpreter was misinterpreting.
I would ask, is this what you said? No, this is not what she said. This is what she's saying.
Turns out, in both cases, they say the interpreters were sent by the same translation service, A&A Languages, based in this Centennial home. The owner has repeatedly refused our request for comment.
I don't want that camera filming anything, okay?
But this provision is extremely clear.
Amy Robertson, an attorney with the Civil Rights Education and Enforcement Center in Denver, is representing this group in a lawsuit against A&A. She says the company is breaking the law, sending interpreters who don't have the certification required under the Colorado Consumer Protection Act.
Why would a translation company hire uncertified interpreters?
I believe, just to be blunt, because it's cheaper.
She says A&A had contracts with Denver Health, Jeffco Social Services, and Adams County. Records show charging significantly less than sign language-only agencies.
Unfortunately, I'm not surprised.
Jennifer Fowl with the Colorado Association for the Deaf tells us this is a widespread problem and potentially dangerous, comparing uncertified interpreters to unlicensed doctors.
What do you think needs to be done to keep this from happening?
Well, setting up a licensure board for the state.
We checked. Several states do require licensing for sign language interpreters. Colorado does not, even though the Deaf Association has been fighting for it. Until then,
We can take action. We can fix this, and we can stop it.
the Runges say they'll keep overcoming obstacles.
We are announcing my pregnancy.
And no matter what, they're coming out on top.
I can't argue with the end result.
Jaclyn Allen,
It has a hand, and I think that's a hand.
7 News.
An attorney for A&A Languages says the company denies violating the Colorado Consumer Protection Act and would not comment, citing that pending litigation.